Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about something that more people are dealing with than most of us realize: anxiety. Whether you're in high school, college, or working a full-time job, anxiety can quietly pull you down if you don't understand it. By the end of this video, you'll know the real causes of anxiety, how it affects your body and life, and most importantly, 5 practical steps you can start today to take it back. Before we dive in, drop a comment with one word that comes to mind when you hear anxiety. Mine was overwhelm when I first started. Let's hear yours. Anxiety is not just worry. It's your body's alarm system kicking into overdrive. Imagine your brain constantly scanning for danger, even when there isn't any. That's what anxiety feels like for millions of people every day. According to the World Health Organization, about 4.4% of the global population lives with an anxiety disorder right now. That's around 359 million people worldwide, the most common mental health condition there is. So if you've ever felt racing thoughts, tight chest, or constant what-if loops, know this: you're not alone, and it's not just in your head. It's a real signal that your nervous system is overloaded. Quick question for you: raise your hand if, in the last month, you've had a moment where your heart raced, your breath got short, or your mind just wouldn't stop. If that's you, drop a "felt this" in the comments. Anxiety doesn't come from one single cause. It's more like a web of biology, thoughts, and life experiences woven together. Research shows that genetic and biological factors account for about 30 to 40% of your risk. That means if anxiety runs in your family, you may be more vulnerable, but it doesn't mean you're doomed. Then there are environmental causes. Growing evidence links anxiety to things like financial stress, job pressure, social media overload, and childhood trauma. Studies suggest that people who've experienced abuse or severe loss are more likely to develop anxiety later in life. Another big piece is chronic stress. One report found that chronic stress increases your risk of anxiety by about 30%. Combine that with sleep loss, caffeine, and constant stimulation, and your brain doesn't get a chance to reset. Think about your own life. Are there patterns, like staying up late, over-scrolling, or working past your limits, that keep your stress button pressed all day? If you feel this in your life, type stress in the comments. Anxiety doesn't just affect your mind. It rewires your whole system. Physically, anxiety keeps your nervous system stuck in fight or flight. This can lead to headaches, muscle tension, stomach issues, and even a higher long-term risk of heart disease. One insight shows that people with generalized anxiety disorder face about double the risk of heart disease compared with those without. Mentally, anxiety distorts your thinking. You start catastrophizing: if I fail this exam, my life is ruined. This thought loop can make you avoid social situations, skip opportunities, or second-guess every decision. On the life side, untreated anxiety can reduce workplace or academic performance by around 20 to 30%, and one estimate puts the annual cost of anxiety in the US at about $42 billion in medical and lost productivity. That's not just money, it's people's time, energy, and peace. Now, I want you to pause and ask yourself: has anxiety ever made you avoid something you wanted to do, like a presentation, a conversation, or a new experience? If yes, type "avoided" in the comments. Now, I want you to pause and ask yourself: has anxiety ever made you avoid something you wanted to do, like a presentation, a conversation, or a new experience? If yes, type "avoided" in the comments. Here's a hard truth: anxiety is treatable, but most people don't get help. Who estimates that only about 1 in 4 people who need treatment actually receive it? Why? Shame, stigma, lack of awareness, and cost all play a role. Many people think, if I can't handle this, what's wrong with me? When they should be asking, how can I learn to manage it? This is why we're talking about it openly on this channel. Anxiety is not a weakness, it's a sign that your system has been under pressure and needs support. Now let's talk solutions. The good news is anxiety is one of the most responsive conditions to evidence-based treatment. First, therapy, especially cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT, is a game changer. Studies show that 70 to 80% of people with anxiety see real improvement with CBT, and many respond well to other talk-based methods as well. Second, medication can be helpful for some people. SSRIs, a common type of antidepressant, are prescribed in about 55% of anxiety cases, and they can ease the chemical load on your brain while you work on skills. Third, movement and exercise matter. Systematic reviews show that regular physical activity can reduce anxiety symptoms, sometimes as much as light to moderate therapy. Even short daily walks or home workouts can calm your nervous system. Fourth, sleep and routines are non-negotiable. When you prioritize consistent sleep, cut down on late-night scrolling, and build a calm evening routine, your baseline anxiety naturally lowers. Fifth, mindfulness and self-soothing practices. Like breathing exercises, journaling, or simply pausing to notice your thoughts, can interrupt the anxiety loop. Simple techniques like box breathing or grounding exercises can drop your heart rate in minutes. Pick one of these 5 and tell me in the comments: therapy, medication, exercise, sleep, or mindfulness, which one are you committing to try this week? To sum up, anxiety is caused by a mix of biology, life stress, and environment. It affects your body, your mind, and your opportunities, but it's highly treatable. With the right tools, you can reduce your symptoms and regain control, step by step. If this video helped you see anxiety in a different light, give it a like so it reaches someone else who might be struggling silently. If you're feeling overwhelmed, the most powerful thing you can do right now is share this with a friend or save it for later, and then take one small step, whether that's calling a trusted person, booking a therapy session, or just going to bed 30 minutes earlier tonight. Before you go, hit subscribe if you want more honest, practical mental health content. And in the comments, drop one small goal you're setting for yourself this week around your anxiety. A tiny win counts. Thanks for being here, and remember, your anxiety does not define you. You're more than your worst day. Next video, 5-minute breathing exercise.